Everyone talks about finding yourself in your 20s, but what if it's really about reconnecting with the person that you used to be before society told you the person that you had to be? This year, I've spent a lot of time at thinking about who I want to be and how I want my life to look. And a question that keeps coming up for me is, who am I? I want to navigate these questions differently. I'm starting to realize I need to look inwards rather than outwards. There's a girl in me who needs to make her way to the surface again. If you're going through a similar journey to me, here's 5 ways you can find your spark again. Step 1, reconnect with the person inside of you. Sometimes finding yourself isn't about finding new hobbies and new things about you. It's about reconnecting with the person that you used to be and the things that used to make you happy. When life gets stressful and busy and overwhelming, we tend to put our own needs last. We make our happiness the last thing that we worry about. Because as we grow into adults, there's so many more tasks and responsibilities and things that we never had to worry about before. But I'm telling you right now, if you always put yourself last, you are gonna burn out so fast. So start getting back into some of the things that used to make you happy. For me, that's been going to HIIT class. I used to absolutely love HIIT class, but I stopped for years because of significant health issues. I couldn't work out for a while and I did not feel like myself. This year I'm finally back to HIIT class and it just really feels like one of those full circle moments where younger me is standing right next to older me and we get to do this thing that we love together in unison. It's really exciting to be back in a place that I used to love, in a place that used to take up so much of my time, a place that made me so happy. I get a warm, fuzzy feeling inside when the things that used to make me happy still do. I definitely recommend doing a deep dive and thinking about the things that used to make you happy. How can you incorporate those into your adult life as well? I think it's hard to remember sometimes that adult you is really not that different from childhood you. Yes, you've grown. Yes, you've matured. Yes, you've changed a little bit, but the things that used to make you happy probably still do, and you still deserve to have happiness in your life even as an adult. Step 2. This step is a little bit more of a deep dive into what we talked about during step 1, which was reconnecting with the things that used to make you happy. During step 2, we're going to talk about switching up your routine. Doing the exact same thing every single day is gonna make you feel like a robot. I promise. This is another perfect recipe for burnout, lack of creativity, and just that feeling of not even wanting to get up in the morning. I've watched so many videos on morning routines, and I just feel like they've got to be switching it up every so often, because when you do the same thing every single day, it gets a little repetitive. So making sure that you switch it up every so often is really important. Something that I personally really like to do to switch up my routine is trying new coffee shops. Since I work from home, it's important for me to get out of the house and maybe go have a coffee while I'm doing my work instead of sitting in the dark corner of my room all the time and working from bed. Like, that is just not healthy for me. I need to get outside. If you're someone who likes working out, I also really recommend joining ClassPass. That's how I found my new favorite HIIT studio. If you're not into HIIT, they have lots of amazing different workout classes you can try. Aerial dancing, hip hop classes, yoga, Pilates. Literally anything that exists is pretty much on ClassPass. This is a great way to switch up your workout routine, try new things, meet new people, and put yourself in new environments. Switching up your routine is going to help you get to know yourself better. It's a really good way to feel excited when you wake up in the morning. Like I said before, if you're doing the same thing every single day, existing in the same exact routine every single day, never switching anything up, no wonder you feel like you've lost your spark. Excuse me, humans are not meant to live the exact same day over and over and over again for 100 years. No, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. Step 3 is to get out of your comfort zone. See how all of these tips are kind of tying in with each other? This ties in with step number 2, which is get out of your routine. Getting out of your routine can seem scary. So now let's talk about getting out of your comfort zone, because this is honestly the best tip that I have for you today. I had a name for my summer this year. I called it Uncomfy Girl Summer. During Uncomfy Girl Summer, I had a list of all of the things that I wanted to do to get uncomfortable. A few things on that list were getting a haircut, joining ClassPass, trying a cooking class. And what do all these things have in common? Well, they made me very uncomfortable. I didn't want to do them, but I also wanted to do them. And I was like, okay, there is something here that is stopping me from growing in life. So let's just make a list. We're going to call it Uncomfy Girl Summer. Here's all the things I'm going to do to get uncomfortable this summer, learn more things about myself, find new hobbies, and inherently become a happier, well-rounded person. I definitely recommend you do your own Uncomfy Girl Summer and see how it changes your life. A few of the ways that Uncomfy Girl Summer changed my life was that I realized that there were so many things that were a part of me that I didn't know were a part of me. I tried so many things and I realized, wait, there's more to life than what I do. There can be more to life than what I do in my day to day. I can be exciting. I can go to bed past 10 p.m. because I'm a grandma. I can do things that will make my life just better, and they can be uncomfortable and they can be scary. But after I knocked the first thing off of that list, I became just so excited to do more. I felt like, wow, this is really fun. Like, it's scary, but it's really fun. And I can actually feel myself growing and changing. Let's get into step 4, which also correlates to step 3, which was getting out of your comfort zone. Step 4 is start doing things alone. This is something that I incorporated into my Uncomfy Girl Summer a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I'm a full-time content creator. I have been for 5 years by now, and so I get invited to a lot of really fun, really exciting events, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But the one thing I always do at events is bring a +1. So during Uncomfy Girl Summer, I made it my mission to no longer bring a +1 and just talk to my +1 and stand in the corner with my +1 and take our pictures and leave. I made it my mission to go to these events by myself. I went to influencer events by myself. So scary. So scary. I'm not even kidding. I'm not playing with you right now. Like, this, so scary. So scary. Especially as a shy girl. I went to a brand trip by myself. And you know what? I made friends. And until that day, until that brand trip, until going to these events alone, I did not think that I had the ability to make friends on my own, to talk to people. And halfway through that brand trip, I was thinking to myself, wow, girl, you're actually a little bit outgoing. You're actually a little funny. Dang, who are you? Who is she? Who are we? Like, whoa. I was like, okay, I guess this is a new me. And after I started doing those things alone, I started to realize that I could actually be like a completely different person when I can finally get out of my shell. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to realize when I bring +1s to events, I get more nervous to actually talk to other people that are not my +1. I don't know why. I just feel more shy and more closed off, and I feel like, okay, I have my person, like, let me just stay with my person and not talk to anyone else. But when I go by myself, I feel like so inclined to talk to other people, even when they have +1s. I just become a part of their group. And I don't know how I did that, but I'm telling you, if you start going to things alone, you might like actually unlock a different version of yourself, a new character per se. And you're probably going to be thinking like, who is this? And why did I just meet her? Like, it would have been nice to know you a little bit earlier, right? So start going to things alone. If this video inspires you to go to anything alone, please let me know in the comments, because I'm so interested in hearing if you have a similar experience to me. Of course, it is so important to still see all of your friends, still see all of your family. I'm not telling you to never invite people to anything. I think that building those bonds and relationships and memories with people in your life is so important. But it is also important to become friends with yourself, because you are probably the only person that you are going to know for your entire existence. So you want to make sure that you guys are good friends. and that you know yourself. Because if you know yourself, you can love yourself. And if you love yourself, your life will be better, the world will be better, everyone will be happier. Tip number 5. This is a really, really good tip. She ties it all together. If I gave you all 4 of these tips, but not tip number 5, you would be leaving here feeling not so satisfied. Because tip number 5 is truly the thing that is actually going to help you do all 4 of the first tips that I mentioned. Tip 5 is to stay consistent with your goals. And I gave you 4 new goals. I told you to start doing the things that used to make you happy again. I told you to switch up your routine. I told you to get out of your comfort zone. And I told you to do more things alone. Now those 4 tips can be a little teeny tiny bit scary. So tip number 5 is to actually be consistent with your goals. I'm talking all of the goals that you have in your life and also these 4 that I gave you. I'm gonna be really honest with you right now and tell you that if you're trying to find your spark again, you actually have to put in the work and you have to be consistent with it. The only thing that you are not capable of doing is the thing that you are not consistent with and the thing that you don't start. If you don't start focusing on these things, you're gonna complain for the rest of your life that you can't find your spark when she's sitting right under your nose. This whole new version of you, this new character that you can unlock, she's right there waiting for you. But you have to be consistent with your goals. A huge step in learning to love yourself is learning to trust yourself. Imagine if you plan a date with this guy and he says, I'm gonna pick you up at 6 p.m. and the reservation is set and I'll drop you off at your house after. And 6 p.m. comes, rolls around, and then it's 7, and then it's 8, and he never shows up. You're gonna be like, pfft. And then he picks you up at 8:30. You get to the restaurant, and they're like, you never set a reservation. And then he said he was gonna drop you off, but then he's like, oops, sorry, I gotta go. Like, I know that's a silly example, but like, you probably wouldn't go on a second date with that guy. So when you set goals for yourself and then you just don't work towards any of them, don't keep that promise to yourself, every single time it happens, you're just gonna be like, well, it's me. Yeah, I always do this. This sucks. Oh, I hate myself. Darn, I wish I could accomplish my goals. And then every single time you just get like less and less disappointed in yourself, or maybe even more and more disappointed in yourself. But both of those things just make you continue to not work towards your goals. But the second you start being consistent with your goals, the second you actually say what you're gonna do, like let's say you want to wake up at 7 a.m. The second you wake up at 7 a.m., you're gonna be like, oh my god, hold on, I did it. And then you're like, okay, wait, what's the next thing I have to do? Okay, I did it. And then you're gonna build trust with yourself and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I can actually do the things that I set out to do because I trust myself to do them. So you continue to set more goals for yourself, you continue to do those goals, accomplish those goals, the little things, and you're like, wow, I trust myself. I can do anything that I put my mind to, because you can. You just have to be consistent and you have to trust yourself and you have to do the things that you say you're gonna do because all those little things add up. Why? Consistency is the only thing that matters. Consistency is the key. So if you tell yourself you're going to do things, consistently do them. Consistently prove to yourself that you can and that you will. Let's sprinkle in 2 bonus tips. All right, bonus tip number 1, work out, eat healthy, set routines. Why? Not because I want you to look a certain way. No. You don't have to look a certain way to come watch my videos. You don't have to look a certain way to accomplish your goals. Why am I telling you these things? Because it's a scam that working out and eating healthy is just for aesthetic purposes. It's literally a scam. When working out and eating healthy is going to give you more energy, make you a happier person, motivate you, and also it helps you build discipline. If you are able to get up in the morning and work out, you are going to be able to do a lot of other things that you put your mind to. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know that you don't want to mix the two because that sounds really weird. Like, I already do the things that I'm supposed to do. Why do I have to work out? I'm telling you that you are going to have a level of discipline that you have never felt in your entire life. Working out and pushing yourself, it doesn't just push your body. It also pushes your mind And you're not only building physical strength, you're building mental strength. You're building that mental strength, and you're also making yourself happier, more energetic, healthier, more confident. It's just a win-win-win-win-win situation. And if you're not doing it, ask yourself, why am I not working out? And I want you to begin to do a deep dive into that and create a healthier relationship with food and the gym, and stop listening to what society tells you when they say work out to be aesthetic. Like, there's so many other reasons, okay? And it doesn't just have to be aesthetics. And as someone who has struggled a lot with eating and my body in the gym in the past, I'm telling you that you don't have to just focus on those things. You can also just focus on how it makes you feel and the person that it makes you feel like you can be. All right, bonus tip number 2. She is all about my Do Something series. This is a series that I made for myself this summer as well. This is the Summer of series, and it was my Do Something That Makes You Happy Today series. That's the long version. And I basically, for 2024, I've just been trying every single day to do something that makes me happy. We already touched on this a little tiny bit, but I think it's really important, if you're looking to find your spark again, doing the little tiny things every single day will add up. I heard someone say that happiness isn't a state of being. You don't just wake up and you're a happy person. Happiness is the sum of all the small things that you do every single day to make yourself happy intentionally. Like, let's say going to the gym, cooking yourself a nice meal, trying a new coffee at the coffee shop. Starbucks just came out with the pumpkin spice lattes. Just do the things that make you happy. And not only are you gonna be a happier, nicer person, you're gonna make the world a better place. Happier people compliment people in grocery stores. Happier people don't flip people off when they're driving. Happier people make the world a better place. So when I'm telling you to do the things that make you happy today, if you look at me and you say, well, that's pretty selfish. No, it's not. It is not selfish. And also, it's okay to be selfish sometimes, but just know, by being a happier, better, nicer person, you're making the world a better place. So getting yourself that coffee in the morning, it's going to make you nicer to everyone, right? So do it and do the things that make you happy today. And honestly, this series has changed my life so much in so many ways that I can't even describe. Just making sure that I'm prioritizing my happiness, it has changed my life. It just made me a good person, and I feel just so more ready to be kind, so more ready to take on my day, and I have things to look forward to. So do something that makes you happy today, and get out there and find your spark. All right, well, that's everything. Thanks for hanging. Also, my name is Mads. Thanks for hanging. Come back soon. Subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. I hope this really touched you today, and I hope you get out there and do something that makes you happy today. Okay, bye!